All right, finally went live. Got nobody out here, but it is early in the afternoon, so don't worry about it. That's why we record it. Today I left off the mic, so I might better check the volume. Okay, I'm one below. Uh, in fact, all right, we got one person out there. In fact, and I hope this doesn't mess up anything, but I'm going to put the mic on and see if that makes a difference in the volume. Yeah, it did. Let me know if I'm too loud. Seem to have the light adjusted pretty good for today. Oh, and we'll get to it in just a minute. All right, time to get going with it. Uh, as you're seeing, it's blinking, and that's actually sunlight and clouds. I still want to get something done there, but I do not have a step ladder high enough for me to mount the curtain back there. Senator Lindsey Graham is tested positive for COVID. Without vaccine, I am certain I would not feel as well, was a statement released. Uh, Now we're starting to realize that a lot of the elected uh, hey, Tony, and hello, John S., my brother in West Virginia. Uh, Now we're starting to realize that a lot of them have been vaccinated, but the most rowdy in the House do not want to let you know that, uh, so that they can still push governments trying to force you to get vaccinated. Not true at all. Look just to Louisiana cases up 189% in the last 14 days. Uh, Governor John Bell Edwards, 90% hospitalized or unvaccinated. And out of 11,000 new cases, 2,100 were kids under 17 years old. Thought that wasn't supposed to happen, Republicans. You're all going to find out if you don't get vaccinated. Uh, the good news there is vaccinations are up. What's driving that? Fear that if not vaccinated, they will get it and die. The death rate of those vaccinated is 0.01%. Uh, Even if you're hospitalized, you aren't going to die. It's changing the numbers, brothers and sisters. Let me put this in front of me. I feel more comfortable that way. Uh, and those who will get vaccinated, this was a poll, I didn't catch where it was from, are 48% versus 52% that still won't get vaccinated. But that now means that there's a direct split in this country. I'm afraid it's a whole lot of people want to blame it on blacks. No, no. It's mostly white Republicans that won't get vaccinated. And no matter how you push it to them, they're not going to do it. I am proud of our little town here. I am starting to see more people protecting others with masks on. And I don't know their status, whether they're vaccinated or not, but there are far too many in this Kirksville, Missouri area with no mask. Like, it's over with. We don't have to worry anymore. I guess One way for them to find out is to get it. Then they might not be so happy. Hello, Carol. Hello, Nancy. All right. Got a couple of sisters in the room. Uh, States are seeing more cases, more new cases than at the height of last year around this time in August of 2020. And this time around, it's younger people, 17 to about 40 years old. The good news is that there is a 300% rise in vaccinations now. People are starting to wake up to this thing. I'll get back to him in a few minutes. Third officer who responded to the Capitol riot dies by suicide. I believe that was Officer Shahida. And that's the reason I'm going to tell all of you right now. The suicide hotline is 1-800-273-TALK or 8255. We've got a pandemic rearing back up again, and it's tougher than last time. And that's going to cause a lot of people hurting out there. Please talk to these people. If you've got any thoughts of suicide, let professionals talk with you, and they can help. Watched a powerful interview with Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman about his new book, Here Right Matters, with Allie Velchey filling in for Rachel during her vacation. I won't go into all of it. The first impeachment trial of Donnie, and what it showed to me is that Donnie, from the very start, was very scared of Joe Biden running against him for president. He had good reason to. Joe Biden beat him. Oh, shit. You can't make this shit up. And I've got a little research on that I'm going to do. I want to make sure I'm correct before I say it. On the last word, Donald Trump smoking gun. The Trump DOJ and the Treasury Department violated the law and lied, refusing to allow the IRS to turn over his tax return. Wow, who would have thought that? They were out there lying. There is no exception to the law for either the House committee or the Senate committee. The House is called the, let's see, I wrote it down, Ways and Means. Remember, Representative Neal asked about 2 years ago, demanding his taxes, and it's called oversight. It is law, plain and simple. Now Donnie's fears and his lifelong pursuit to hide his taxes is over. They're going to get 6 years of his taxes sent to Congress. Our present Justice Department has demanded that the IRS turn over his taxes as requested by the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Congressman Neal. And also, that's going to be 6 years of his tax returns. And King Ding Dong has a world of trouble. The smoking gun, in that case, the call notes on his conversation with the acting Attorney General Rosen. He pressured DOJ officials to falsely claim 2020 election results corrupt. And we know what he also said. leave it up to him and the R congressmen or Republicans. Connect that with his call to the Secretary of State. Just find the 11,000 votes that I need. Then look at the Republican legislators that went from Michigan to the White House with Donnie trying to talk them into it. So it all fits in. He was out trying to overthrow our government from the time he lost the election. And all of it was around the time he was pressuring DOJ. Donald Trump has been bullying people for 5 decades. This isn't new to him. He's used to getting his way. He doesn't care about the law or norms or institutions because he's the corrupt one, always projecting what he is doing on others. And we've seen that. We saw that through his whole presidency, or fake presidency, I would say. He was installed by the Russians. Last night, the Senate unveils 2,700-page bipartisan infrastructure bill. And since Lindsey Graham, he was going to be on the side of it with Senator Manchin, will be quarantining for 10 days and will miss the vote with his positive testing for COVID. According to what he said, he's experiencing mild flu-like symptoms, but he does realize he could have been a lot worse if he hadn't been vaccinated. And the great news about that is Democrats and Republicans are working together for the first time in a very long time. On the test vote, 17 senators defying the Don on the test vote to proceed. I doubt they will get that many on the actual vote, but it's getting done, and there will be at least enough to get it passed. And what is happening to companies that stopped donating to Republicans that wanted to overturn the election? Ladies and gentlemen, this is 147 House Congress or representatives who voted to overturn the presidential elections. According to what I read, the vast majority of corporations are sticking to their pledge not to support those Republican objectors and that the stance is not hurting their market performance. In short, political wokeness works. Oh, you gotta love that. I know I do. All right, that's about all I've got for today. I plan to probably much later on be at the meeting and at least get it shared. I've got some things. Since it's taking so long to do, there are things that I can get to. I can't reach the top of that window to get the curtain in there, but out on our back porch, I'm going to be putting up some blinds we brought over from the other address, and believe it or not, we're still settling in because with the little step stool I've got, there's a lot I can't reach, but I'm stout. If I'm going to get it done, I'm going to have to do it myself. My landlord helps out, but that's like once in 2 weeks I get a little help. So if I'm going to get it done, Randy's got to do it himself. Oh, like I said, that's about it. Love seeing all of you out here. Hello, Fred from Grace. I'm going to get Grace to drop by sometime just to come in the room because, as I've said, we're not set up at all like I was in the corner of the dining room with the bathroom behind me. Now the bathroom's in that direction, the kitchen's on the other side of this wall. And I know all of you miss seeing her every now and then, so I'm going to arrange that. All right. Uh, well, thank you, John S. And bless you and all the Blue Dot family. We are getting this done. We still are going to have to insist on some good trouble. We're seeing that from some of the people like Reverend Dr. William Barber had gotten himself locked up. So that's what it's going to take, brothers and sisters. We're going to actually have to put the bodies out there. And I would suggest I couldn't afford to do that here. It wouldn't do any good and get us uh, in jail. Uh, and I really wouldn't know where you would protest here other than the courthouse. And Grace and I would probably be the only ones out there. This is a very red. We have around the courthouse, of course, we have lawyers' office and all that. They're all Republicans. Uh, so, uh, but if you can afford to get out there and do a little civil disobedience, get in a little good trouble. Uh, oh, thank you, John. Uh, and just might see if I can gather some of the Democrats that I know for sure are here in this town. We do exist, even though they seem to think we don't. All right, that's about it for now. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being in my little blue room. Hello, Carol. Uh, and like I said, my brother Tony is out there, and I appreciate him coming in and watching my videos too. All right. Peace, resist, persist, and I insist. Let's have a little good trouble. We have to fight for the right to vote. If we don't have that right, we could virtually have the vote, and then the Republicans, under the way the laws stand right now, they'll just decide we'll throw all those votes out and we'll have the winner we want to have. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Have a good evening. I'll see you much later on at the meeting uh, and get a little work done around here. In the meantime, go over to the Hy-Vee and pick us up something to eat for the evening. My Braves are playing the Cardinals in St. Louis, so I'm going to have to watch the Braves game from the Cardinals viewpoint. Happens every year, so I'm used to it. And I hope the Braves give them hell today in this series also. All right. Have a good one. See you later on. Bye bye for now. Go down, like, share, and if you're new out there, please subscribe. We're growing this movement. We were at 242 uh, at Rant and Randy's, this show, uh, the True Patriots group, and also my group on Facebook, the Rant and Randy's, the True Patriot group has grown from 420 to 423 as of today. All right. Have a good one. See you later. Share this shit. Let's get it out there, baby. And I'll see you later on. Bye bye. Share this shit.